Hey everybody, Mountain Grandma here. We are joining in the HotDiggityDog collaboration being hosted by Tina over at Life in the Piedmont. And our contribution is a Polish dog sandwich, homemade, in the style of the Wienerschnitzel restaurant chain. So we're going to get started with showing you how to make this, but before we do, I want you to make sure you go down to the description box below and check out the details about this collaboration. There's going to be a giveaway, so make sure you watch everybody's videos. Now let's go ahead and get started. Alright, normally we like to use Polish dogs, but today we're going to be using these Angus beef franks. And whenever we're eating hot dogs, do try to make sure, see if you can see this here, it says no nitrates or nitrites added. You don't want those. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. You can boil these, but what I'm going to be doing is just cooking them in a skillet. So I'm going to get these going. While you've got these cooking, you want to get 2 pieces of rye bread, and you want to get them starting to cook like as if you're making a grilled sandwich. So you can see there's butter on this side, and we're just going to let that heat up. And I'm going to put 2 pieces of Swiss cheese over here. There we go. Got Swiss cheese on this one. I'm going to keep this grilling until they're nice and grilled on the bottom, and I'll be back with you. Alright, you can see I've taken the hot dogs, I've got them cut in half here, and I've also got some pickle spears here that I've cut in quarters. These are garlic flavored pickles, so you can have any kind of flavored pickles. Better the pickle, the better the sandwich. Alright, on to the next step. Alright, now here's how hubby's doing his. You've got your 2 half a hot dog and your pickle in the middle. And then go ahead. He's going to put some mustard on there. And then we top it with the Swiss cheese. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half for him. And there it is. Alright, now for mine next. Alright, now here's how I'm going to be making mine. I'm going to start with mustard. And then I'm going to put my hot dogs on here, the short ways, because I like more pickle. There's our pickle. And then I also like sauerkraut on mine. And hang on, because I'm going to show you how to make homemade sauerkraut. And I'm going to get some sauerkraut on this guy. There we go. And there's your sandwich.
These are really good.
So good. So good. And there it is. Yum. Okay, now I promised I'd share how I made the homemade sauerkraut. So let's do that. Alright, in this bowl I have about 3/4 of a head of cabbage, of a small to medium sized cabbage. I'm going to figure it's about a pound in weight. And to this, I'm going to sprinkle on top 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. And I'm going to move this around and try to kind of get this sprinkled through. Now, what I'm going to do next is, with my clean hands, is go ahead and move this all around and kind of squeeze this cabbage up to get it to start to make a brine. And I will probably add a brine on the side, but I'm going to do this for a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and cover it and let it set for a couple of minutes to get softer, and then come back and knead it again. And I'm just trying to get the salt evenly distributed throughout and to get this to start to make a juice and kind of break down. So I'm going to do this for a little bit longer. They say anywhere up to like 10-15 minutes, but you could do like 2 to 10 minutes. It just depends, I guess, on your cabbage. But I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll be back with you. All right, now do you see all the liquid forming down at the bottom? That's what you want. The more liquid, the better. But I'm going to be adding a brine to this also, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. Before we do that, I'm going to add in almost a half a cup of caraway seeds and a couple bay leaves just for flavoring also. I'm going to mush this around a little bit more, and then we're going to get this stuffed into a jar. Got this in a jar, and I'm going to just kind of push this down more in here. All right. And also, after I kind of mushed it around a little, I did pull my bay leaves out. I didn't like that. That was a bad idea. All right, now I'm going to make a solution of water and salt, filtered water and salt. All right, here I've got 1/3 cup of filtered water and a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and add this in here. I've got a little weight that I'm going to drop down in here because you want your cabbage to be below the brine. If there's a few floaties, that's okay, but that's my goal. And I might just, oh my goodness, try this again. Push these guys down. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. And I have a lid here that I'm going to put on it that is part of a fermenting kit that I bought. But this, I can burp it every day just by doing that. So, there we go. Now I'm going to put this in a dark room. Let me show you what it looks like a little better. Now here it is. I'm going to go set this in a dark room, and I'm going to let this sit for 7 to 10 days, and then I can move it to the refrigerator where it will be good for several more weeks. And that's it. It's very easy to make. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And don't forget, everyone, keep your joy, folks.